In this video, we will be discussing dividing decimals. When we are dividing, as with multiplying, we are going to do our simple division, and we worry about the decimal places kind of as an aside to the division. So our first example is 28 divided by 4/10. Now I'm going to set this up. I'm going to place my dividend inside, my divisor outside. Now we don't like decimals in our divisor, so what we're going to do is we're going to move the decimal place to the right until I have a whole number divisor. But what that means is I'm going to do the same thing to the dividend inside. So I have 28. There's a decimal that we imagine at the end there, so I'm going to move it over one time because I moved the decimal to the right one time on the outside. Okay? Now from here, 4 goes into 2 0 times. 4 goes into 28 7 times, so I'm going to multiply 7 times 4, get 28. When I subtract, I get 0, but I still have this 0. Now I moved this over. This is 280, so I'm going to bring the 0 down, and of course, 0 times 4 equals 0, and I have my answer. Okay? Another example I have is excuse me, 9 6/10 divided by 3/10. Okay, so again, my divisor is going to go on the outside, 9 6/10 on the inside. I'm going to move this decimal to the right once so I have a whole number, which means I'm going to move this decimal to the right once so that way I can keep it balanced. Okay, the ratio needs to stay consistent so that way we're still dealing with the same problem. 3 goes into 9 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. And when I take that away, I get 0, but I'm going to drop down to 6. And I'm going to say 3 times 2 is 6. So 3 times 2, 6, subtract, and get 0. And 32 is my final answer here. One last example. We have 484 divided by 22 hundredths. So here we are dealing with a 2-digit divisor. I'm going to put 484 on the inside, 0 and 22 hundredths on the outside. I'm going to move that decimal place over twice. So I'm going to move this decimal place over twice. Okay, put my placeholder zeros. I'm going to actually rewrite this so that way it's a little cleaner here. 48400. This is the same process. Okay, 22 goes into 4 0 times, but it goes into 48 twice. 2 times 22 is going to give us 44. 48 minus 44 is 4. Drop down my next 4, and I'm going to see, of course, that it's 2 again. 2 times 22 is equal to 44. And I get 0, but I have to keep going so that I can make sure I clear everything out of here. 0 times 22 is 0. And of course, my last 0 as well. Got to make sure I place that. 0 times 22 equals 0. And that is my final answer, 2,220.